The McMartin preschool trial, Manhattan Beach, California, 1983. What began with a single accusation spiraled into a national nightmare. Parents whispered of satanic rituals, of children abused in hidden tunnels beneath the daycare. The accused? Daycare workers, thrust into the spotlight as monsters. The evidence? Often just the terrified whispers of children, prodded by therapists and fueled by a growing fear gripping the nation. This was the Satanic Panic, a period in recent history where the specter of organized, ritualistic abuse haunted communities across America. Fueled by a maelstrom of anxieties, economic uncertainty, the specter of Cold War paranoia, a changing social landscape, the panic took root in the fertile ground of suspicion and fear. The McMartin case, with its lack of physical evidence and reliance on recovered memories, became a chilling emblem of this era. Although the McMartin trial ultimately ended without a single conviction, the damage was done. The case, amplified by sensationalized media coverage, had cemented a narrative. Satanic cults were real, they were everywhere, and they were preying on the most vulnerable. The panic wasn't confined to courtrooms, it seeped into communities, poisoning relationships and shattering lives. Accusations flew, fueled by rumor and innuendo. The accused, often individuals on the fringes of society, were left to grapple with the devastating consequences of baseless accusations. The Satanic Panic wasn't a spontaneous eruption of mass hysteria. It was, in many ways, a meticulously constructed narrative built on a foundation of pre-existing fears and anxieties. And the architect of this narrative? The media. Newspapers and television networks, hungry for sensational stories, seized upon the narrative of satanic cults. Talk shows became platforms for self-proclaimed experts, peddling theories of widespread abuse and satanic infiltration. The more outlandish the claim, the more airtime it seemed to garner. This wasn't just irresponsible journalism, it was a cynical exploitation of fear. The media, in its pursuit of ratings and readership, had amplified a fringe theory, transforming it into a national obsession. The impact of this media frenzy was profound. It legitimized the claims of accusers, no matter how dubious. It created an environment where anyone, even children, could be viewed as potential victims or perpetrators, and it fostered a climate of suspicion that poisoned communities from within. The Satanic Panic may have faded from the headlines, but its legacy lingers. Like a virus lying dormant, it has found new life in the digital age, its tendrils reaching out through the echo chambers of social media and online forums. The internet, with its capacity for instant dissemination of information and misinformation, has become a breeding ground for conspiracy theories. The Satanic Panic, with its themes of hidden agendas and powerful cabals, has found fertile ground in this digital landscape. Documentaries and podcasts, while often seeking to debunk the myths of the panic, inadvertently breathe new life into them. The line between education and exploitation can be thin, and the resurgence of interest in the topic has, in some cases, led to the amplification of the very narratives they seek to dismantle. The Satanic Panic wasn't just about daycare centers and hidden cults. It was about cultural anxieties, about the perceived threat posed by anything deemed different, subversive, or antithetical to the dominant cultural narrative. And few cultural touchstones have been as consistently demonized as heavy metal music. From the Satanic Panic of the 1980s, with its accusations of backward masking and demonic influence, to the more recent controversies surrounding bands like Gojira and Knocked Loose, metal music has often served as a convenient scapegoat, a repository for societal anxieties about youth rebellion and cultural change. But the panic's legacy extends far beyond the realm of music. Politicians, capitalizing on the same currents of fear and uncertainty that fueled the panic of the 1980s, have employed similar tactics, using dog-whistle politics and fear-mongering to demonize opponents and consolidate power. The Satanic Panic, though often viewed as a relic of a bygone era, serves as a chilling reminder of the fragility of truth, the seductive power of fear, and the enduring human capacity for suspicion and scapegoating. It's a reminder, too, of the importance of critical thinking and media literacy in navigating an increasingly complex and interconnected world.